Welcome to A Date with Danu, right here on High TV, your luxury channel. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Today on the show, I'm going to be speaking to the hospitality industry a little bit, where people see their faces as the first face when it comes to representing a brand. How did they do? Let's speak more on the show today. She is called the PR queen in Colombo. She has worked in many hotels, creating standards that are, I think, a bit hard for many to follow. Let's speak more about her great work that she still continues to do. As my first guest on the show, I'm happy to have Yasmin Kader.
Hi, I am Yasmin Kader, probably known because I've been a veteran in the hospitality and hotel industry since years, but now I'm retired and I do a bit of event planning. It's great to be here. I'm honored that Danu, A Date with Danu, has invited me to be on his show. It's the first time for me, and I'm looking forward to the program that's ahead. Danu is someone who is rather versatile. He makes everyone smile. He makes everybody around him really comfortable. And I think when somebody says Danu, you automatically smile. I know he loves his food, and everybody is telling him to lose a bit of weight because he's always dressed in all designer clothing and all of that stuff, but he somehow snuggles into all of these clothes, be it tight or not, but he's quite a scream in that way. But he has a fantastic personality. He's a great human being, and it's nice to be on this date with Danu.
And we are back with Yasmin. Thank you so very much for joining us, Yasmin.
Thank you for inviting me.
I'm super happy to have you. I got a chance to go to a house and enjoy a great feast when we shot Danu on Fire, and it was fun. So, Yasmin, tell me, how do you see the industry changing? Because I think in the last 5 years, the hotel industry has really boomed with many international franchises coming down and many skyscrapers.
Correct. I think the social media side of it has taken over like a storm, and everybody is into social media, Twitter, all of these kind of arms. But I just feel that lack of that human touch is really missing.
Do you feel the headlines on the social media platforms are so big, and when you go into the hotel, you don't see the same things that you see on?
Not at all. You don't, really. You don't see anybody. You have to go and ask for someone or ask for the person or whatever, you know.
Do you feel Sri Lanka has the resource in terms of human to match up to the amount of development that is happening in terms of hospitality as fast as the buildings are coming up?
I would say yes. We have a lot of people, you know, who are looking for jobs. I mean, they're all educated, and I mean, like I've always said, we kind of learnt on the job, and it was hard work, but it paid off. But I feel we need to have a little bit more visibility of the PR angle, you know, in any property, any organization for that matter.
Because back in the days, this whole thing called PR or marketing something was just seen as something that's just for a job, or it's just seen for a property or a non-profit organization. But right now, PR has come to a point where it even falls on an individual. It could be someone who is in the public eye or not. Your personal portrayal of yourself really matters, especially because what you see on Instagram and Facebook, because I am super filtered on Instagram. I am like 20 kilos less. So how do you sort of see the reality of it today because of the fact that it has all changed?
I think Sri Lanka being Sri Lanka and the fact that we are small, right? In numbers, Colombo is small, and somehow everybody knows everybody.
Yeah, true.
So in that sense, like you can't vary that image too much, right? Maybe you've gotten older, bigger, whatever, you know, but you know the person. It's always, hey, you know this one, you know that one, you know. And it's all about knowing somebody, which is a sad thing actually, because if you don't know somebody, it's really hard to get anything done.
That is true. You need to be able to make that phone call, pick up, and just get things rolling.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to our second guest on the show. As my second guest, I have someone who has made her the institution to learn from, to groom herself. Something went down in the process of grooming. We'll speak more with my other guest on the other side, Mahika.
Hi, I'm Mahika Chandrasena. I've been in the PR industry in hospitality per se for the past 15 years, and I am so excited to be part of Date with Danu, as Danu has been a very close associate and has been working with me many times. And this is going to be a very informal chat with him. That's what he stated. I'm really worried about it, but I'm quite excited about it. Okay, so Date with Danu is about opinions and questions in a rapid manner, as well as, I think, areas that touch us as to how we have been in the industry and how it has been so bubbly. So I feel it's going to be a inspirational angle to it, as well as about my personality and our personalities and how we have brought in something to the hospitality industry. So it's fun. Danu, what can I say about Danu? Danu is everything in a large form. His laugh is very distinct. I have never seen him get angry. Everything is a party for him, and you never want to let him down. And he's always obliging, and he's always ready for any kind of fun experience. So I love him, and I appreciate him very much.
Let's all take a moment to say a prayer for the duration of this show. May this show be blessed. Mahika, hi.
That's not fair.
No, I just want to protect this environment.
Okay.
Yeah. How are you doing?
I'm doing really well, and thank you very much.
Very nice. So you're championing. Gigi from Hilton Colombo's hairdo.
I thought it was Yasmin's.
No, Yasmin is longer than this, but she did something great with it. Tell us your story about how you got your curls off.
So I've been always contemplating to basically decide on taking my hair and giving it to the cancer hospital, but never had the opportunity to do so because they have certain restrictions and requirements. So then I found out that a particular salon did that, and I just said, just chop it off, because I'm not going to go down with my beautiful curls. Nobody's going to say that.
Anyway, nobody saw your beautiful curls, Mahika.
Absolutely,
it was
exactly
always just
right.
wrapped and thrown up in the sky somewhere.
Correct. So then I thought, might as well give it to somebody who appreciates my hair.
But what was the inspiration? That was the greatest story.
Okay, so the inspiration was, I've always thought to myself, the next person or a person close to me who gets cancer, I will do this. But then it happened soon after that adversity that happened on the 21st of April. After that, there was a friend of mine who had something. Then I thought, okay, now I have to stick to this. And I thought, might as well do it. So I gave it at that point.
Brilliant.
In honor of her.
Thank you for that, though. Because more people like you will give more confidence to those people who are losing their hair, because I am someone who has worked with them, and especially the ones who suffer the most are the kids, because they do not know what actually happened to them. So they don't know what the symptoms of cancer or what's the after effect of chemo is. So this one kid said that I'll not go to school because I'm just called names because of the fact that she was bald. Not because she didn't care what sickness she had, because she was still trying to go out and play. Because they just think of stomach cramp. They're feeling weak, they're just weak. They don't think about it as much as we do. But thank you for that. I just wanted to get that off the way. Because right after this, nothing is going to be emotional. So, Yasmin, how were you when you were recruiting Mahika?
Actually, she was recruited already by the hotel as a management trainee.
So you had no choice.
Not really, because she was working in front office.
Okay.
And I suddenly needed, her skills. I had a vacancy for her marketing communication skills, and I asked her whether she would like to join. Because it didn't take her half a second to say yes. And there she was.
But did you ever
havoc.
think that you were getting to hospitality in this level at the time when you were studying abroad?
Hospitality, yes, but never
What
in
sector?
market. Yes, it was
Okay.
always front office operations. That's
Okay.
what I always wanted to get into.
Okay.
But never thought marketing communications will ever come into my spectrum.
All right, let's get into a break. On the other side, we're going to be talking more. And also, I have been happy, I have to say, I'm happy enough to know that Mahika's sister might make an appearance. We'll speak more when we do come back. Sometimes the best way to get things done is to make them do their own publicity. It's time we update their social media. So now that everyone is busy updating something nice or bad about me, I'm doubtful about Mahika. All right, so Yasmin, now you're very close to your mum.
Yes.
That's one of the first conversations I had with you. You looked after like your own child. Tell me, how has it been living without her now? And
Actually, I'm now in her room, and up to that time, I would always, when I pass the room, say, "Hi, Mom," or, something like that, because her presence will never, ever be filled or forgotten. I mean, it's just too much.
there's an interesting story from there, what Yasmin has contributed so much to what her mum had. We're going to speak more about it when we do move on with the show. Now, while you update your status, I'm going to dig into what Mahika is doing.
Okay.
Mahika, dear, you are now living a single life.
Oh, yes.
Can I ask you one question? Are you ready to mingle?
Always.
Even when you are single or not, mingling can happen.
Always.
All right, I have to ask you a very important question.
Oh, dear.
That I'll do it a bit later, because Mahika can be a bit of a naughty thing. Next to Yasmin, she might underplay everything, but Yasmin is she's not going to whip you. Just go ahead with the flow. Right, are we done with these status? Have you all updated everything?
Yes. I've done this.
All right. Now let's get into something called Hot Seat. We have some good questions that we need to ask you.
Oh dear.
When we do come back, Yasmin has not even eaten from morning.
Does it show?
Yes, she even prayed before she came. Hot Seat. Welcome back, and this is the time when you have to answer some questions. This is called Hot Seat. That means you could take your time to reply, but do not take the whole day. Where shall I start?
Yes.
Mahika.
I will start with Mahika. I feel Yasmin needs some time to breathe. Okay.
Okay.
A relationship that you would like to now pursue. Sugar mummy, open relationship, only physical.
What? Open relationship.
Good answer. Your favorite place of work out of your hotels that you have worked for. Hilton Colombo, Mount Lavinia Hotel, Golf Ace Hotel, Shangri-La Colombo?
Mount Lavinia Hotel.
Okay. Do you find it hard to work with women? Yes or no, and why?
No. They have to be strong-minded just like me.
Done. Chandana, Yasmin, Aruna Devapura.
Anura Devapura.
Yes. Who was your favorite boss? Anura Devapura was a boss at Mount Lavinia Hotel. Chandana De Silva was at Sri Lankan Airlines.
Yes.
And Yasmin was at a hotel industry. Who was your favorite?
Anura Devapura.
Minoli from Hilton Residences, Niranga from Shangri-La Colombo, Padmi from Movenpick Hotel where we are right now, Gigi from Hilton Colombo. Who has the stylish take in dressing to work?
Padmi.
I'm just going to add one more question to you. Best dressed man in Colombo, rank them. Chandana De Silva, Fawzul Hamid, Keshu Gomez, Darshan Munidasa.
I think if you look at the best dressed angle,
Just stop, give me explanation.
Fawzul
1, 2, 3, 4,
Hamid.
5, 6.
Fawzul Hamid, Chandana De Silva. What's the other person?
Darshan. They
Darshan
also
and then
have
Kishu.
Kishu.
Darshan
and then Kishu.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mahika. To Yasmin now.
Good Lord.
Tarika from Cinnamon, Niranga from Shangri-La, Onita from Taj, Gigi from Hilton. Who is your favorite in the PR business?
Gigi, because I worked the longest with her, 15 and a half years.
Okay.
So
Right.
we are still family.
For a person who represents the hotel, what is the most important? Writing, speaking, or great people skills?
All three.
Okay. A hotel that has really maintained its standards up to date. Cinnamon, Kingsbury, Mount Lavinia Hotel, Golf Ace Hotel. Rank them as these are all local hotels.
Cinnamon, Golf Face, and Mount Lavinia. Was there one more?
Kingsbury.
Kingsbury, because I mean Kingsbury has been upgrading themselves. Mount really needs an uplift. It's a lovely hotel, by itself, but really needs an uplift.
restoration.
Yeah.
All right. An international chain that you are happy that it's in Sri Lanka.
Oh, the Hilton, of course.
Okay. Wonder of Asia, so Sri Lanka, Pearl of the Indian Ocean. What do you think is the best campaign to market Sri Lanka?
So Sri Lanka.
Okay, that's a newer campaign.
Yeah.
This Wonder of Asia, of course, that money could have been given to me, man. I would have come up with it in my sleep. So many millions. To come up with Wonder of Asia, how do I get that job? Come up with taglines.
When asked the new chairman of the Sri Lanka
Okay.
Tourism.
One more question, Yasmin. Do you think Ashok Patirage, newly appointed as the face of Sri Lankan Airlines, do you think he can bring back Sri Lankan Airlines to a profitable organization that it once was?
I think he can, considering his profile and his knowledge on the corporate sector and what he has done with what he has done. It's quite diverse, his entire involvement. So I wish him well, and I hope he does bring our favorite Sri Lankan airline back to where it should be.
Excellent. Now, let's get into where Mahika can have a bit of, where I can actually double check on the things that she has told me so far in life. I have Mahika's elder sister, who is quite, I think she got a coughing fit and she ran out of this place. But anyway, I'm happy to have Bani on the other side.
My name is Bani Chandrasena. I work for the London Stock Exchange Group in Sri Lanka. The work I do is linked to diversity and inclusion and well-being. And I've been in HR most of my career. I know less about Date with Danu and more about Danu. I hear him on the radio every day. I think he's one of the biggest personalities I've come across in Sri Lanka. Lots of humor, but I think he talks about the real stuff and bringing out names in Sri Lanka that need to be heard and seen more. I'm excited to be on a date with Danu. I guess it's the first time for everything. I've heard that there is a lot of spontaneity on the program. Look forward to seeing the fun that goes on the show.
And with us we have Barney. Thanks for joining us on the show. Barney, you do some very intense things for living.
I do.
Yeah. So you were recently awarded something as the in human resource.
Oh yes.
Please tell us more about it because Mahika is refusing to share the spot.
Okay, so I guess there is a Women in Management Award, annual award ceremony that happens for different career women in the different fields. I guess my name got nominated for human resources since I've been in it for a very long time.
Right.
But I've covered many industries and I've kind of connected a lot of other aspects of HR with human resources. So I guess they thought it worthy of an award.
Now, if you were to recruit Mahika,
Oh dear.
would you?
For PR and comms, yes.
Okay.
But I'd have to tone her down a little bit.
Right.
There you are. Under the bus.
How was it growing up with Mahika? Or how was it for you that she followed soon after?
You want the sanitized version?
No, not the sanitized. Just go raw.
Well, she was the diva. I was the quiet one who hid behind the books. Well, there was never a dull moment with her in the family. Yeah, I mean, different personalities, but I think there are similarities also. We both have big hearts. We do lots of things for others.
Very strong-minded.
I tend to do it a little bit more quietly than she does, but you know, that's her personality.
This is somebody gave Mahika a phone. That's what happened.
A megaphone.
Yes, it's all. A phone and a megaphone. She swallowed the megaphone.
Oh, no,
Sorry. Okay, so thank you for that. That's actually brilliant. I'll come back to you in a bit. So Mahika, you have, we actually spoke about it. So you were a dancer.
Yes.
How was it? You were dancing with whom?
Auntie Usha. I'm still dancing. I still dance.
With Auntie Usha?
Auntie
No,
Usha's
obvious.
passed
That's
away.
exactly what I was
So
in her
the
academy.
school has been taken over by the senior.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you.
Yes. So that's called the Ballet School of Colombo.
And you dance with them still?
I still do because we need to still have that poise and confidence still
Right.
going.
And how is it going? Do you still wear the little tutu?
No, but it's more contemporary now.
Okay.
So more contemporary dancing, no more on point work.
Okay.
But it's nice because the music is different. It's not like the EDM that you hear all the time. But so it's something that makes me open up. Yeah.
Okay. So now let's come to Yasmin. Now Yasmin has a wonderful cause that she backs, and she will not feel bad to ask you for that. She will stop you, stalk you. She'll even hunt you down if she can get the message across to you. And it's very, very important that we are all very passionate and vocal about things that we believe in. Alzheimer's Foundation, you have worked with them for quite some time. Your inspiration and your driving goal was the fact that your mum had it?
Actually, no. We started the foundation, and it was after that she was diagnosed with it.
How ironic.
And I really wish she was here now to have enjoyed the center, the purpose-built center that is up and running, where all our services are carried out. She would have loved it because she was one for song and dance. And
But for somebody who will not understand the depth of Alzheimer's, because you know, it's honest, in the surface it's just, they feel, okay, it's a condition. But there's so much to it. It changes changes the person with it and changes the people who are with that person as well. If you can just sum it up and explain the in-depth side to Alzheimer's, if you don't mind.
Okay, actually, carers or the families that have someone living with Alzheimer's or dementia they need to be educated and understand why that person is suddenly, repeatedly asking the same question, or just forgetting, doing things that are not normal, They might just walk out, they might go with friends, they might ask the odd question, and for definite, the short-term memory brings out repetitive questioning, So initially I was wondering what on earth was going on, and I was actually getting quite irritated because you can't
manage
drive,
work and
everything, So until I have mentioned this to many people, we had 2 domestics at the time, and I had a dedicated driver to take her weekly wherever. And then the driver said, "Madam, do you know in Sinhala that your mom is going with the 2 girls to the bank frequently in a week?"
Who are these 2 girls?
My domestics at the time who were there for mom while I was at work. So mom was such an independent person. She did her own thing. She would go shopping. She ran her own bank accounts, whatever. Not that she had a lot, but still she managed very well. So it was then that I realized something is really wrong. And of course I came home that day and I just fired the 2 girls because I treated them more than family. And I couldn't believe that they had done this.
They took advantage of a
because they realized the short-term memory much before I realized it. And then when I took her to her doctor, she loved Dr. Vajra Tenakun. Gosh, she would flirt with him so much that she had forgotten about why she came, and I did too. And then I had to say, "Doc, I gave you," I called him and I said, then he asked for an MRI to be done. And it was on the MRI that showed that she had silent strokes. So physically you don't see anything different, but her brain had got affected by several silent strokes.
Well, there's so much to this thing called Alzheimer's. If you do have the time, please do read, watch videos. It's something that we need to be aware of because sometimes we might actually see them in the bus, in the train, at a hotel, at a lobby, and you might just wonder what in the world is happening. So it's better to always have a little bit of knowledge about it because it's kind of all over the place right now. We'll speak more when we do come back. Do stick around. It's Date with Danu on High TV. So we shifted this segment called One Word into actually one word because none of my guests would actually stick to a word. So I thought this is a way that we can actually give a gift and make them win something in the process. Right now it's time to play One Word.
3, 2, 1. One word.
Name one unwritten rule at your workplace.
Networking.
What's the best type of cheese?
Brie.
If you're a king one day or a queen, what would be the first rule that you'll implement?
Community inclusive.
She said it. What is it?
Treat everyone the same. Equal.
What kind of cult would you like to start?
Inclusive. Networking. Sorry.
In one word, how would you sum up the internet?
Social media.
What are some of the nicknames that you call your customers or co-workers with?
Darling.
Koki.
What would be the absolute worst name that you could give a child?
Baba.
What's invisible but yet you wish people saw?
My personality.
Mahika actually won because
You think?
No chance. with
no
her.
chance. You all actually took your time, but it's fine. That was the last time we played and people just buzzed.
You had to bring it out. I was right about the megaphone.
Yes, megaphone and also like
I learned all this from Yasmin, and she refuses to believe that you have to be, bubbly and out there. She doesn't.
Do you know the other people around you? So tell me about one of the biggest complaints or conversation that we face in today's society is the fact that women and men need to have equal opportunities and rights. Now, although it's a very debated conversation, I have personally always found women to be, even Obama made a headline recently saying women are much better in leading. And I was like, where did you come from all these years? What were you doing? Because I have been brought up by two women, and I always feel that they are the most stronger and the most practical kind that we have. Do you feel in this corporate world that you have lived in, and with many corporate companies that you have, do you feel that men and women are treated not so equal?
You're right, it is a big debate, but I think where I come from is men and women don't need to be treated equally. It's more equity that I think we need to focus on, because men are different to women, same way. And they're meant to be different, but they both bring equal things to the table. And if you want success, I think both need to get involved. And not just men and women, there is diversity in many other aspects as well, but I find that's what we do.
The two gender-based ones.
Yeah. Even there's more.
Yeah, of course. But what I'm asking is, do you feel that there's a problem for women to thrive in the corporate world?
Yes. Yes, in the sense right now the women who thrive, I think, thrive by behaving like men or competing with men at their level.
But I think it's changed, right? Today, you
That's
see
my question,
a
like-
lot more women heading. I mean, you go to any bank today, I'm so proud. All the managers.
Banking sector is 50% women.
Okay, that's fantastic.
But it's something to do with the culture also for me in Sri Lanka, because there is this element of 9 to 5 priorities, home. And I'm not saying priority is not home and children, etc., but it doesn't have to be that's the woman's responsibility. It's the family's responsibility. And as a woman, as a man, you should be allowed to be able to make that choice and not be judged for it. And right now, women get judged for if you don't make home a priority. So I think a lot of women who do well, like you say, are juggling both.
Coming to you now that you have someone like an institution that you can ask these, do you feel that you were allowed to evolve in all these places that you worked in? Or do you feel that your very independent mindset could work against you at times?
I think many of these institutions, I think what gave more of gave us that opportunity to shine where our work was, it blended well with that objective of their organization, was Mount Lavinia Hotel. Because the leadership style was a person who was, it was like a transformational leader. So he believed in each person's talents, and we tended to get together and create this whole new ball game. Other institutions, my discipline was such that I needed to create something brand new. So yes, they gave us that opportunity, but when it came to execution, they would always give it off to other people. But yes, we had a strong hold on it, but I think it was going against many of the, not many, there was one institution that went against. It was too much for them. At the very beginning, it was fine because it was just a brand new property. But as soon as it, established, then they don't need a specialized skill like mine to.
It's just day-to-day operation.
That's right.
If you can read between the lines, you could understand everything that Mahika said. We'll see you after the break. Do stick around. And it's time that we get into some sticky situation.
Sticky Situ.
Welcome back to the show. My sticky situ concentration goes directly to Mahika to start things off with. So I'm told that you like young men.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
You look as surprised as I was when I heard this story.
Young men?
Yeah. When I say young, it was quite emphasized on the fact that young. Like, I'm too old for you.
Look and say nice and pretty. Like Channing Tatum is young.
Okay. Nothing to touch?
Channing Tatum, I just like to touch.
There you go. That's what.
Channing Tatum.
Right. So
You can't touch him because you can't even reproach him.
Right. But here you must be having the lookalikes who fall into that category.
Not.
Even with a bag?
Even in the bag.
Even with a bag, I said.
With a bag.
On the face.
No, I will not touch. I don't believe in
Oh,
that.
Mahika, I don't know whether you lost your hair or everything else that was there as well. So, right. So, You are not into young.
No,
No?
not young.
Tell me the age target that you can stop at. 26?
No, I don't know. I mean, if good-looking people, I just look at them. Probably
And you start
about
from age of 20?
35?
Stop at 35.
35,
But you
yeah.
start at 26?
No, 35 and above. What are you talking?
Please, Mahika. These sources that brought me such information were quite accurate.
But they're young boys to look at. I mean, it's not like they're
It's
good-looking
fine.
chaps.
That's great.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Okay. So, your sister seems to be very stressed. Now, I wanted to ask you now,
It's me again?
yes,
Oh, no.
you have such a fun personality, but you had 2 marriages that didn't work. But your relationship is great with the people involved, or even with your son. You have such a fun relationship. I know that he rolls his eyes like 1,000 times per minute, like, Mom. But how did that work? And do you ever feel that success does not only come through a profession, but you also feel that your personal life could be successful?
Yeah, I mean, I think these are all, my parents instilled certain things in us. My parents, they've been together for 50 years, so I think it's just how we are. And I mean, I always take it as an experience. I mean, with my son and the son's father, I mean, I have a good relationship because of the situation that we are in. And the second one, I mean, I took that on because at that time, I thought that was the right thing. But obviously, it was not the right thing, so it just goes on. So I just take it as let it be. Just let it be, and you move on with. Don't take it as a negative. Take it as an experience, and you learn from it. Don't make the mistake again.
No, you can't. The third time around. Are you going in?
No.
I just asked. Entries could start coming in. Please text us on our hotline right here. But I must say, Mahika opened up about this long story about the fact that, it's very hard. Do you find that men find it very hard when a woman is quite independent?
Oh, definitely.
Intimidating.
Yeah. Would you
Yeah.
say that was the cause for both?
I think so because.
But nothing stopped you, no?
No.
No.
No, but I think I think that they both of those gentlemen they lived in spaces or families that the ladies were more at home.
Right.
So, and
Such
we
bold statements of yours.
yeah, so they would like to get out.
Yeah.
They meet you, but then when we show that tenacity, they go, no, you need to stay at home, which I can't do.
Yeah, that's true. I don't think the home wants you as well. Yasmin, how hard do you think it is to balance a job like hotel and a married life?
You have to have an understanding partner, first of all, because a hotel career can be quite intimidating, and if he is from an old school or whatever.
Who is
then-
waiting to see
Yeah.
Battu Eladada?
Yeah, but I made sure that the Battuila was there
Yeah.
and more.
Yeah.
And somehow managed. Actually, it was him who pushed me into my career, which I'm ever grateful for and thankful for, because otherwise I don't know what I would have done.
Yeah,
I
but I
never
must say she
thought.
makes the best vatlapa. The best. The best. Now, Bani, she's zoned out. How was it at home for y'all?
As in growing up.
Yeah, growing up.
So I guess we had a very independent mom who kind of balanced, I think, too much, if anything, in my opinion. She could have shared the burden a little bit better. But because she was a teacher, she had time with us. But at the same time, she did, as Mahika mentioned, instilled a lot of single-mindedness or being able to think for yourself, to share, but not to lean on anybody too much. It was somewhat colorful, I think. I mean, we've not lived in one place for very long, so the fact that we moved around made us more flexible, adaptable. I think we had a fun growing up life.
Brilliant. We did speak about Mahika even acting in like a few Hollywood stunts on and off.
She did too. She
Oh,
was
really?
in Devil Hills 90210.
You was in 90210?
So she used to come.
Extras.
I know. You were like the chair and the table and things like that.
Exactly.
Yeah. You got the whole family in the same business.
Yeah, so it was on holidays, right?
Yeah.
We used to come back for
Extra
college.
money.
Yeah.
While
That
I
was
was in summer
But
holidays.
if I was the extra, I would have made sure that the table broke or like I sat loudly, like, hi!
You would have been the lead.
Yeah, just to get the attention and be acting in 90210 continues with a Sri Lankan star who has come in. Y'all should have made use of it. Anyway, let's get into a break. When we do come back, I got a chance to dig through Mahika and Yasmin's Facebook. I'm telling you, Yasmin is just so innocent. Mahika has put up everything. Everything. We'll see you on the other side. Photo evidence of what they have on their social media. Mahika, you're a fit person, I see.
Really? Yes, I am.
Okay. But, mandatory photographs are not exactly mandatory.
That was in Golf Face Hotel.
Yeah, but why, Mahika?
I know. That was me. Okay, so at Golf Face Hotel, Mr. Payton at that time said, all of y'all have put on a little bit of kilos. Y'all need to all go in the morning and work out. So he wanted proof. So I took the proof.
And you put it up on Facebook. You could have just WhatsApped it to him.
I know, but he wanted to see.
Yeah, but I just wanted to tell you, Facebook cannot handle such things. I will report this picture quietly in the night. Yeah, that's for you. Frame it.
Thank you. Oh, God. No, don't cry.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my one and only
Yes,
beautiful
daughter.
daughter. Yes.
So you go and see her often. How many grandkids now?
3.
My God, promoted.
Done.
Yeah.
This year I visited her after 3 years.
It's a long flight.
Tell me about
Yeah.
it.
And
We
it-
aren't getting any younger either.
So Mahika has a nice brother who had a baby recently. Tell me about him, Mahika.
He's the youngest out
Yeah.
of the lot, and he was very. I mean, we are all close.
Aki, do you want to say something about the Mali?
No, so the problem is he and I are alike.
That's what I see.
Yes.
You seem like a person who knows exactly what you want in life and you want to move forward.
You think?
I feel.
No, I mean,
Actually, so let me say something. My sister actually is very inspirational, even though she does think that I always come for her when when I want something.
Yeah, very obvious.
No, but when I want certain things, I mean, she's more formed in certain things.
Yeah.
So obviously that's what she'll come for. I mean, obviously she'll come to me certain things that she wants.
Wants to know how to get a young man.
yeah.
No, so Aki has been there for all of us. I think Mali and
Are you wearing an underskirt with this sari?
Yes, I am. Please.
I can see your legs.
So there's a big split up to you.
She got a young man. I have a question. Everyone in the hotel industry sort of cuts their hair short.
It's very convenient.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, I think because we work till that last minute, second, and then we dash up to go have a shower, whatever.
That's ex-Hilton.
But this
Yeah.
is a Hilton get together, much after.
Your campaign for Alzheimer's.
Absolutely.
You look like you're campaigning for the next political rally.
I wouldn't mind though.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
you should.
You might actually win it.
Yeah.
There's the Fam Bam.
Oh, yeah.
Please share with your sister. And Mahika has a beauty queen as a friend.
Oh, coconut.
Yeah, we call her Coconut. What's her real name?
Chamila.
Chamila. I don't even know that. I've just named her Coconut for the longest time. She's a Miss Sri Lanka for Universe.
Yes.
What was she doing with you?
From school. I've known her since 5th grade.
Oh.
And she's still my best friend.
Gosh.
I know. She knows my ups and downs
I'm
and
gonna
ins and outs.
I'm going to join her at counseling after this show.
She's a beauty queen.
She was beautiful.
Miss Sri Lanka for Universe. All right, please give this to Coconut from me.
I'll give
Now, I want to ask you now, with Mahika's very successful marriages, how was it at home? And who was your preferred choice? First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth? Oh, sorry, those are not registered. No, sorry.
If I had to
choose.
pick,
Yeah. Only if you had. Yes.
I'd go with number one. Do I have to say why?
Oh, you don't need to. You can if you want to. Don't need to.
No, I think.
When the second bells were ringing, how were you? Like,
I advised her to take her time.
really?
But she
yeah. But she looked
threw
gorgeous
me under
though.
the bus.
Yeah.
Totally.
She looked gorgeous though, with her hair, short hair, and yeah.
No, yeah, I mean, she looked really good, but
Yeah, that was it.
that doesn't mean that's not what makes a marriage.
Yeah, that's true. Listen to your sister. What advice did you go for if you were not listening?
After everything.
She does not listen.
She doesn't, of course. And also quick to like just uses 5 big words and quickly shuts everyone up.
Exactly.
True, no?
True,
Correct.
very true.
Yasmin, I don't know what you have given her all the good, and she has just assumed about a few things and found the bad. Yasmin, as a final question, if you had to recruit, would you recruit Mahika?
Maybe I'll have to curb her. Yak. Not to scream from one end of the corridor to the other.
Yeah. But definitely the best time to go on a trip
her
with.
skills are amazing.
Yeah,
She's
definitely.
great skills. So
Yeah,
you work
but-
with strengths. you
But
know.
I must say, Mahika has always been very supportive to me. Before we wrap things up, and she made a presentation for me, which made me feel like I was Beyonce. All of which was true, but it's true. But you put it nicely. You know, even Beyonce's portfolio has to be written by someone.
You are a personality.
Thank you. I know.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
Thanks. You had your chance to say something good about me. I hope you did it
I
then.
did it.
Good. Yasmin, I have the utmost respect for you. So elegant, so well put together, and always just so polite. I don't know the back end office, so like how your office was. Yeah,
good, very good,
but
very good.
Absolutely an institution when it comes to many things. Mahika's sister.
Yeah, that's what I'm known as
Yes.
anyways.
But thank you so very much for being so honest and such a good sport. That's what I love about y'all's family. Y'all are just, yeah, let's do it. Just, and that's wonderful. And I think if you're ever going on a trip, I'm coming along. I think y'all will be fun to be around.
Invited you to Ferncliff.
I didn't want to disturb what you were targeting.
Ferncliff?
Yeah.
No, really?
Mm.
What, the tea pluckers? No. Seriously.
It's the person you were taking the drive with.
Oh my God, that is your favorite. Not
please.
mine. Not mine. Not mine. That's poor boy.
All right, we need to wrap things up. If you do see Mahika on the way somewhere, just do note that things are possible. On that note, we need to wrap things up. Have yourself a great, great evening. Thank you, everyone. With another great episode to Date with Danu. Until I see you soon, you keep smiling. It's a wrap on the show.